let's talk about what you might see on trail cameras. So a lot of pictures floating around out there. We've got 9 creepy images we're going to dissect that were found on trail cams. I'll kind of talk about them a little bit, and Josh, me and Chandler are we're gonna play scientist and see if we can figure out what it is, fake,
what's happening,
real, what's happening. So with that, give me some spooky tunes. Ooh. So picture number 1, and this comes from subreddit r/ghosts, and it was posted in 2021. And for anybody listening, if you head over to the video portion of this, the picture of this will be put up on the video so you can see what we're looking. And I gotta read. So this was from a relative's trail camera. I'm not going to assume anything. Thoughts. So
zoom into that.
Looks like we're in the timber here. What appears to be three people.
3 people wearing like
in their nightgowns.
White nightgowns.
Maybe. And it is kind of black and white, so it could be nighttime. Maybe they're it's at a family's place, or they're on a camping trip. Maybe they're playing tag, and they're in their nightgowns. Or they're doing
do you see footwear? Do you see footwear?
It does look like dark on the bottom of the foot, and that looks like shoes too.
Those look like shoes. Those don't look like shoes though.
Or they're doing a whitetail ritual. And
look up
praying for deer
up top. Do you feel like if this wasn't black and white, if there would be light coming through the trees? Like if this was a black and white converted picture? Of course, I'm a skeptic on everything. It all could be altered and placed and AI generated, but
right,
not in
2021.
We didn't have all the
Actually,
AI
it might be a black and white daytime photo because there's too much light up here.
Not ghosts.
So maybe they're just...
yeah, I think I'm going not ghosts, but I'm trying to figure out...
Maybe the friends had a sleepover and they're like, we got to get out of here, and they're sneaking out of the house. And they happen to run by the trail cam and got
2021,
caught.
Who wears nightgowns like that?
I don't know.
I think
These
the
people
creepy
do.
part of this is the fact that just thinking about the position of where they're at, deep in the woods,
looks like they're
in the
zombie
situation
walking. I think this is an edge of a field.
Yeah.
Like that's the corner. But that'd be a weird place for a camera too, looking that way. Yeah. That's not my farm, is it? No, I'm kidding. It is odd.
No, I mean, I feel like there's a house or some type of place behind the fourth wall behind the camera.
Maybe that's their camo is nightgowns.
Or they could be witches.
Little witches brew. Well, that's our first one.
It's not that scary.
It's
zoom into that 100%. It's like, oh, that's not like weird shaped bark and it looks like a ghost. No, it's like there's people in this picture.
Yeah. There's a leg. There's a foot. There's a hand. There's zombie walking arms.
Huh.
It does look like barefoot walking away, kind of.
But that looks more like shoes.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Hopefully we'll find out more about it down the road.
We haven't found out anything. Any of these photos, if there's an answer to it, it's on
It'll be
the
on
screen.
there? Okay, so no answer listed yet for
we
this.
We still have no idea what this is.
All right. Well, give us your thoughts if you're listening. So, picture number 2.
So we all just kind of think that it's some type of weird incident.
Sound effect.
Oh,
there it is.
There you go.
Okay, this is from the same subreddit. This was posted also in 2021.
It's always an uncle or grandparent has these pictures.
Right. My uncle has a trail cam at my old grandparents' house.
Throws up red flags every time.
Which are both passed away, and the house is abandoned. The camera takes 3 pics every time a motion is detected. So they got 3-round burst on.
Oh, man, they got 3-round burst?
This
Definitely an infrared camera. Probably a blackout.
This thing only appears in 1 out of the 3 photos.
That's odd.
And doesn't seem... To me, this doesn't seem too odd. I think this is the uncle. And he happens to be in shorts and a T-shirt.
Well, if it's the uncle, then that's not a good thing because the uncle is no longer here.
Oh. Well, they said his grandpa was no longer here.
No, the grandparents
my bad. Yeah,
have passed away.
It is the
uncle owns the
grandparents.
trail
Yes.
camera. Yeah.
And the uncle put a trail cam at the grandparents' house who are both passed away.
I'd be interested to know on which of the 3-round burst, which one was he? Was he in the middle?
Yeah, so they
Was
said
it
it's only on 1 of 3. Just because you have it on burst mode doesn't mean that you will get, like sometimes, here's the problem. By the time it detects the motion, we talked about that trigger speed,
Yeah.
doesn't mean you'll get 3 pictures of what's walking by.
Yeah. Okay, so and then how cameras work too a little bit. Whenever that trigger speed is detected and it's going to take a picture, the picture doesn't happen in like a split moment. That camera's got to like open up and absorb all this information to take that picture. And in that process, what I imagine is this guy placed the camera, turned it on, and wanted to see if it was going to work. And then all of a sudden the red light turns on and he says, working, and he walks away. In that process, that red light turns on, the camera is starting to take a picture. He leaves the frame and the camera only gets like the ghost effect of his image as he leaves the frame.
Has anybody
It's like shutter
said
speed.
what they thought it might be?
People, I mean, obviously you've got the ones that are like, that's a ghost or, you know, your dead grandparent. But what people have said is kind of the same thing as what Chandler said, that it's probably the person who set up the camera, and walked by it and then just didn't realize that it was taking a photo.
I think they just got done setting it up and the shutter speed was so slow.
And
they got out of the shot.
They're taking a picture off the picture of a viewer.
Right.
You can tell by
that looks like a child on his shoulder, though.
I think he's got like a
isn't it
pet.
weird?
I think he's got like a pet bobcat on his shoulder.
Yeah.
And his arms are
Could
weird
be.
and he's missing a leg.
Yeah, because the shoulder looks a little on his right side, our left, looks
just-
higher than.
Unless there was like a hoodie thrown over his shoulder.
What are all these lines? That's from the computer. I think they're
the guy's
taking
lamp
it
in
on.
the
So.
living room reflecting off
But
the monitor.
I'm kind of going with what you're talking about, is what I think it is. So, good on that one? All right.
It's probably the worst thing to give it to all of us. None of us believe in ghosts.
Well, yeah.
That's okay. We're debunking it. We're
You don't?
Mythbusters.
For a camera that's taking a night photo, like you guys said, what camera would it be that's not giving you like a pure black and white photo that shows the background?
What do you mean?
That's what I noticed with this one that was kind of odd, is
it's
that
a
there's nothing
blackout.
behind him.
Yeah, it's a blackout camera. So, and
I
I don't know.
because you can't see anything behind him?
Right. It's
Well,
just
that-
odd.
It just looks like an old camera that didn't have a very good flash range.
I think
So
this
it wa-
could be an old
Old
camera.
blackout. Yeah, old infrared, old blackout. The old blackouts at the beginning, they didn't have. You don't see 100 feet. You really don't see 100 feet on a blackout.
It might be
anyways.
like 30 feet,
That's all you get.
which is not
and if
very
this
far.
is taken over a hill and the ground goes away, you're just going to get black.
Like this could be going downhill.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you wouldn't see anything.
Or it's just like a cut soybean field. With
Right. There could be nothing there.
It only
yeah.
gets about,
Next.
All right. Picture 3.
Ooh,
No.
I like these.
So this one comes from the subreddit r/trailcam posted in 2022. This was taken at a hunting camp I used to go to.
And I guess
they
you
don't
don't
go
go there no
anymore.
more.
I still have access to the photos taken by the trail cameras on an app. What could this
What
be?
app did he use?
Spy Point
Okay.
down here, and this was on November 22nd, 2:24 in the morning, 43 degrees. This was a Spy Point
It must be a
flex.
southern picture. 43 degrees on November 22nd. Yeah, that's not too. I mean, it's in the middle
The
of the night.
trees are tall and skinny.
And where
too.
at, though?
Yeah, little Georgia.
I think what we're supposed to look at is the little white thing in the
Yeah.
background there.
I was wanting to see what feeder that was. A nice feeder. So, depending on pixels, one, it could be a deer
Yeah, I could see that.
off, and you're looking
Just like
at
facing
just the solo.
Yeah, head on or facing away.
Yeah, and it could just be pixelated and hard to tell.
Man,
Could be a ghost.
I think it's a fly
It could be something on the screen, yeah. And it,
or like one of those like
you know what?
one of those.
It could be a bug.
It's
on
a bug
the
on
lens.
on the lens. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I Yeah, I think that would be a good.
So this one we do kind of have a half answer for. Nobody's fully been able to give an actual debunking for it. But they said that it is either one of the two options that you guys said. It's either a front-facing deer that is in the back, or it is a bug that is on the screen.
Yeah, that could be, because the bugs look giant when they're on a screen.
Yeah.
Just call it Scooby-Doo.
That was easy. All right.
It's old man winners.
Next picture. What is my nephew? He got lost. Unknown origin, 2009. This image has been titled Zombie Boy.
Okay, so 2009, this image might be with a security camera.
Okay,
not a trail
first
camera.
off, due to the child's wide eyes, that's because this is a white flash camera. And stumbling
2009
posture.
Yeah, this could be an old school. If it was a white flash, you'd have color.
It is still unknown who is in the image, or if the image. Well, I said white flash because you definitely got.
Well, it looks definitely infrared. A white flash would have picked up more.
Well, you would still get.
Is that a building right there?
Yeah.
Building there. I think he was out checking the chicken coop. I don't know if he's stumbling. He just happened to be in a weird pose when he walked.
Looks like a normal kid to me.
It's like he knows that's the trail cameras there. He looks at it. But sometimes you get the white eyes.
His gym shorts look current for 2009, I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Got some and ones.
Yeah, 100%.
When did...
I don't know why they get Zombie Boy out of it. I mean, is this his posture?
When did that one show...
probably
When
the
was
arm.
it super popular? The Walking
Walking
Dead?
Dead.
Walking Dead around, more like 2012, 2013. Yeah.
Oh, it didn't come out.
I don't know the original
I was in high
release
school.
date.
When did it come
Yeah.
out? Somebody, was like, "Oh, Zombie Boy." That looks just. I think it's just the kid that lives
walking around in
there.
a yard.
What's
Yeah.
creepy about this one is that it is one of the most popular and one of the most well-known trail cam creepy image photos.
It's not
But
that creepy.
nobody has ever come forward to say who this is or where the origin of it came from. So there's nothing about it that we know of other than just what people have
That
said
is
online.
odd. Yeah,
Well, think about 2009.
I think the images could be real.
I'm trying to figure out what's going on in this time period. You basically have Facebook, no Instagram, right? Or maybe early Instagram.
early.
2008.
This was like Farmville Facebook.
This was
2009. I mean,
Obama just became president.
but yeah, you're like, I'm just saying, like, viralness and stuff we deal with now doesn't happen in 2009.
Right.
No.
I mean, you had YouTube a little bit, but you're not going to go viral. I mean, this one did,
Like,
but you're
was
not
it-
going to go viral off of posting an image.
When was YouTube like the first time like it really went big? Like 2007.
Yeah.
So, I mean, YouTube was like, yeah, it was its early days too. As far as being,
I think that was pre-Google owning it. I think
No,
that was before Google bought YouTube.
but I could just see like someone not knowing if the picture was taken and never came forward because
Right, that's what
little
I'm
Johnny
thinking.
was out there looking for his dog.
And you see that kid next year, he's going to look completely different. He's going to be a foot taller and have a beard.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I think. I think we're on the
it's
same
kind of
page.
weird. 2009, like, did they have infrared cameras in 2009? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, that's I'm trying to date the cameras. Like, in 2009,
Yeah, there was trail cameras. I had the old.
trail cameras, but
Oh,
were they
okay.
infrared? Were they white flash in 2009? Like,
I
was
think
Reconnex out
That's
in
why
2009?
I thought it was white flash. It's glowing. I mean,
Well,
that's
white
a
flash
lot
would have
of-
gave him color, unless they made it black and white. White flash, he would have had yellow, like ivory skin.
I
You would see
gotcha.
the green tree
on
leaves,
his. Okay,
and if his shorts were not silver gray, they could have been.
he's wearing them and one shorts.
100%,
That's and
dude.
one mixtape right there.
Yeah,
He lost his basketball.
I'm just trying to think.
The
When was the
driveway's
first
right over here.
infrared? Yeah, when was the first infrared camera released?
It might have been right around then.
Yeah,
Honestly.
early days, or maybe
Yeah.
this is secure. But security cameras probably had infrared
Yeah.
way before deer hunting trail cameras were out.
For sure.
It don't matter. It looks like an infrared picture.
Yeah.
You can
Normal
see the
kid.
flash range not very far at all because we didn't have.
And
long
this is
flash there.
someone's yard. It's like
Yeah.
a security.
That dude, his basketball went over the fence.
It
into the
did. He was
bottom
playing
of
in the driveway,
yeah.
Yeah.
He went down the bottom of the hill, and,
and
some,
he came back with nothing.
the neighbor's backyard was real creepy, and they had a light flash or something. And you know,
Right.
yeah,
Well, maybe that's the light. It was a motion light.
yeah.
Could be the motion light, and then that's
Oh, yeah.
It definitely kind of looks like that. You could have a barn motion light shining down, and it's like an infrared camera or something.
Yep.
All right.
All right.
Kid was just playing basketball.
Yep. Next picture. That's a nice deer.
Is that a kid riding a deer?
This is so Photoshop.
This is unknown origin 2014.
Of course, it's unknown origin.
Not much information about this image. Several theories claim that it is a staged photo. You think?
You think that's a shoulder mount from a wall?
But
Yeah. Look at the neck.
but even now in 2023, nobody has come forward to claim the. Well, yeah, no one
claims
prank.
counterfeit pictures.
Yeah. So one, you're not standing there. It is photoshopped. But those,
All of it, all three items.
Yeah, it's actually like three different.
I love the drop shadow.
Yeah, there's a drop
I
shadow
love the
on
drop
that.
shadow on the deer in the front.
Oops.
Oh, go back.
Oh God.
You know, swipe to go
Yeah.
back.
Well, we got it.
Almost ruined it.
Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely a drop. If anybody knows what Photoshop things are, like there's a drop shadow behind the deer in the foreground, which is hilarious. And then
Dead giveaway.
zoom into like the child and the deer.
Like the doe's like, hey, what are you doing here?
Kid's like, I don't know, just want to have fun.
Yeah. That was probably her Christmas morning, and she's tired, and then Dad's like, I'm gonna Photoshop that picture into my trail cam photo.
It's funny.
The original photo is probably just that doe.
Do you see a dividing line down here anywhere?
They did pretty good right here, though, with like layering that behind the sticks.
Well, I'm trying to
the
think
sticks, right.
Or if they
had this picture like these
on the
two
trail
pictures,
camera,
they
then
had a picture with the
The
girl
lighting
one.
is totally different.
See, that's what it is. So like they had a picture with the girl one night,
Yeah,
and
right.
then they had a picture with the deer.
It's
and
right
they've,
here.
They've combined them. Can you see the dividing line?
Yeah, right there.
Yeah. So there are two different pictures that were butted next to each other to make them look like they're at the same time. And then the big deer in the front is like the giveaway. You would have had a better opportunity with the girl and the doe
Just by itself.
without the faked taxidermy deer with the drop tine in the foreground with a drop shadow.
That's awesome.
Oh gosh,
Good try.
fake.
internet.
Fake.
This
That-
one
oh.
is believed to be fake. Yes.
Yes.
Again, like I said in the
1000%.
There's nobody that's come forward about it. There's nobody that's been able to fully debunk
Yeah.
it. But yes, it is probably fake.
Yes.
3 of us said it was fake within 2 seconds of seeing it.
Next.
No deer takes a picture like that.
All right. This is from,
Wait, you went too far.
I don't know. Oh,
What's this?
It's the one from
yeah, this is
2015.
the one. Unknown origin 2015. This one might need a second look.
You got a bug on the lens and what? What am I looking at here?
Yeah, no information
Zoom in.
is available. I think we're looking at this.
Little tree. And we got another little tree.
Yeah.
And then a tree.
Yeah, I don't think that's a.
What's
I think
that?
it's just
More trees.
trees back
What
there.
are we looking at, Hayden?
Do you see? So the main tree that's on the kind of the center of the
Yep.
image, right
Yeah.
behind that is
Uh-huh.
what people believe to be a girl facing backwards. So you're looking at her hair that's kind of flowing down her back,
Oh no.
and then her leg is like her right leg is right
it's-
off the side.
You're
of the
just
tree.
you're making that yourself. You're putting that up in your head. I think it's just
That's a tree.
another tree with some foliage in the ground. Right in
Maybe
front of
that's
it.
a possum down there.
No, I don't even think it's an animal. It would have eyes that reflect back to you.
Now zoom in towards the bottom though, because there does look to be a shoe.
Yeah, like a piece of wood on the ground. Yeah,
Yeah.
just deadfall.
Yep.
No big deal.
Took care of that one like a bad
We're
habit.
saying tree. Everybody saying tree.
I'm just saying
Tree,
deadfall and trees and stuff like
Yeah.
what they're thinking is a leg looks like a stick, and it is smaller than any leg I've seen.
And
ever.
there's no contour to the leg. It's literally
a
just
stick.
a stick. So next, subreddit r/.
How many we got of these?
What is
There's
this?
9.
We're
I don't
almost
know which
done.
one we're on right now.
This
We're
is
getting there.
2020. My parents have a trail cam. It's motion activated.
I do.
Sends
I
them
would recommend
photos
reading this whole
automatically.
thing.
They
Okay.
got these 4 photos, which were taken during the night. We can't figure out what is in the sky in photos 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to tell you here in just a second. If you look at the timestamps, it shows up after midnight, then moves upward after 5 a.m. They live in a very rural area of eastern Ohio. There are no roads or houses. How about railroads? I thought it might be a drone, but the lights didn't move from 3 to 4:40 But the lights didn't move from 3 a.m. to 4:45 a.m., and the animals aren't bothered by it. Some people guessed it could be fog lights on a truck, but this area could not be accessed by anything but a small tractor or ATV. Well, my dad and uncle walked out to that area and didn't find any tire tracks or footprints. Someone also mentioned it could be satellites, but I don't understand how they would line up like this. They didn't have... Was Starlink out by then? It's not Starlink.
It's pretty low. From what I can't see it very close, but it's pretty low on the horizon.
What's the colored picture from the same
Yeah,
area?
yeah. So the colored picture is the next morning.
In context, it's like showing you what we're looking at.
I kind of split up because there's 5 photos total.
We got a possum in the top left, right?
Yeah, the left photo is with nothing there. There's nothing off-putting about that image.
Yeah,
that's just to show you. That's taken a few hours before the lights started coming in.
Okay.
Aliens. Next.
Okay, so hold on.
This light is in all of them, the single by itself.
Oh, yeah, on top of the ridge.
Yeah.
And there is something like over here, but so these pictures are taken at different times. How close to it?
I put the time codes on the bottom right of the photo. It's kind of hard
306, 444, 514. So 45 minutes and then a half hour.
Yeah. Okay. Let me look at the green one. I'm just thinking like this stick right here. You see that stick right by that coyote?
Mm-hmm.
You know, what if there was something on it
and
it was blowing back and forth and the shutter speed was like capturing all those little data points of it moving back and forth? But it looks like it's floating, right?
Yeah.
It definitely looks like a shutter speed issue.
It's in between the trees there and this tree because it's the only place.
And it's like it lines up perfectly with what looks like the top of the trees right there.
Yeah, right here. Yep, exactly.
But it
right
does
on the
move
top.
through the sky, like that thing said. So it starts low and goes higher.
Oh, it does go higher on the other one.
It's got to be a UFO.
Well, the bottom one, it goes
It
higher.
could be Starlink 2020. Was that flying around the...
And it just...
Starlink's not that bright, and they're more spread out.
Okay.
Somebody did mention Starlink in the Reddit comments.
Well, in general, these shutter speeds at night, they need to take, especially with infrared, they need to take time to capture all that data. Mm-hmm. So if anything's moving, like a satellite or something, when it takes that picture, you could get multiple dots because of it's moving. And especially if it's blinking,
yeah, it's going up, not...
If that satellite's blinking and that shutter speed's open for a second, and so that satellite might have blinked how many times? 6, 7, 8 times in that shutter speed?
Yeah, that would make sense if it was a 1 second exposure.
Yeah. If it is a satellite, though, the Earth spins, right? I think that's a fact we all know. The Earth spins, so those lights would be
shaped
moving.
like this table.
I thought the Earth was flat.
The lights would be moving to the left or the
wall.
right, depending on which way. They're in the same exact spot on all 3 photos, several hours apart.
Yeah.
I'm going back to my original answer.
Aliens.
This one, I don't know what it is, honestly. That, I think, that's in the same spot. That can't be an animal either.
The thing is perplexing about it
never
is the
moved
time.
at all, the white speck.
I feel like the first 2 right there are the same image.
That animal's running to the left. These are going to the right.
Yeah. I think it's a pack of coyotes, and then they jumped in the last image. Their eyeballs reflecting.
It did get warmer by 2 degrees. Spartan.
But I don't know, I'm not saying it's the same satellite or something, but I just don't know if they're on the same orbital thing, and, I don't know.
So it goes around the Earth in 30 minutes?
It's not the same one. It's a different one, but they're on like the same.
At first, I thought that was
I don't know.
Are they by an airport?
Windows. That's what I
don't know. I mean,
there's one of those like light towers in the background.
Possibly.
Yeah.
But why would there be
cell
so
towers?
many?
Well, because they're blinking. I don't know.
Yeah, it'd be hard to see what's behind this.
But like if it's an
Way
airplane
out there.
coming through.
Going left to
I
right.
don't know about an airplane.
Down.
I don't know about an airplane.
Leaving at the red eye.
3 hours? Or 2 hours?
What?
That an airplane's in the same spot?
No, it's not the same spot.
It's a different
moving.
plane. It's catching a different plane.
You got same flight path.
I mean-
They're Today
if
the
they're
wind's
by
out
an
of the.
airport. Okay, I see what you're saying.
So like planes are
Oh,
coming
yeah.
into land or taking off,
Because they're taking the same.
but the time of day doesn't quite make.
I mean,
there's
there's some late flights, some red eye stuff going on.
I thought
for
it was
sure.
a railroad.
But they also
once
said it
I
was in
see-
a very rural
no.
part.
No, this is what they said. So if you read back, it can't be a flight. It says the lights didn't move from 3 a.m. to 4:45.
Well,
what I'm
that's
saying. It
not
looked like
true.
it looks like the same image, but the lights stayed in the same spot. But you see that the possums or whatever moved. The last image, the lights did move
Slightly.
slightly.
Which I'm assuming that there's more photos that have been taken in between this time. I mean,
That's what I would assume. too.
Right. I'm assuming
So
that
if
there's
they're saying
more
that
photos
they
in
don't-
between there that don't have it at all.
Yeah.
well, they're saying that they didn't move. What I'm saying is, like, if they are saying that it didn't move, they have the data in between 3 a.m. and 4:45 through other photos to show that it was still there.
No, I assume that there's nothing there at all. But in those, or else they would have put them on there. Or
I think it
unless they
don't-
would have specified they would have had
I think
30
they-
pictures.
Well, I
of
think
these
that
lights.
they just showed with the movement of it through the sky.
And I think it only took those pictures because there's animals. It was motion detected.
Yeah.
And they're different each time. I don't know.
My strongest answer is aliens.
Aliens on this one. For sure. Yeah. Might have to watch out. All right, next. Subreddit r/ghosts. This was this year? Oh, it was posted this year. Taken on private land on a wildlife camera in La Junta, Colorado. La Junta? This figure passing is what caused it to take the shot. Sure, if you say so. But the owner is troubled by what it could be. He isn't claiming it to be a ghost, but the fencing on the land are high with razor wire. So the prisoners are escaping. A search of the area and the cameras showed nothing. Yeah, it's someone just walking.
You don't know.
You know what? Why is every scary photo or a weird photo, it's always a woman and they're always in a nightgown?
Yep.
Yeah,
That's it.
Photoshop.
Yep. Sorry, I don't know what to tell you. That's all I got for this one. Anybody make any
Zoom in a little
comments?
bit. Let me zoom in a little bit.
Definitely looks like a face with hair and an arm, and
Sure.
it definitely looks like a person.
Yeah.
But is your brain just telling you it's a person when it's actually just a blob in the night?
Yeah.
Is there any animal at all?
What
that
was
could
this
rear
taken
up
off
like
of?
that?
What's
No.
weird is
Probably not an animal.
like, there's no
animal.
info on this picture. If it's a trail cam photo, I don't know when they started using them, but there's always
Does it look like there's
Info.
color on the hair and face?
Kind of.
Because that tells me that it's photoshopped. Because you can't have color on an infrared photo. Period. As far as I know.
kind of some grayish.
Like it looks like it's a different shade. It's like, oh, we want to make people think that this is a woman. Let's give her blonde or brown hair and skin tones.
I want to know what's in La Junta, Colorado that's private that has giant high wire.
With razors?
Yeah, besides a prison.
You don't need razors on like a high fence property, right?
Keeps poachers out.
Unless it, I mean,
Yeah,
the
but
only
if they're
thing I can think
humans,
is private
just-
land, but I don't
No.
know why you would want to.
You don't need
do
razors.
That. Right.
This has a lot of questions.
Yep. How many more do we have?
One more.
One more. All
After
right.
this one more.
Okay.
I don't have an answer for this one.
The
No, I got it for this one. I think.
music every time we switched.
Yep. Let's go to the next one.
I've seen this one before.
this one's
one cracks me
fake.
up. Yeah, but,
2010 to 2011. It's just funny.
Yeah.
This is widely considered to be the
Widely.
most well-known creepy trail cam image and the most photoshopped one. Many believe this to be a mythical creature known as a skinwalker. It was later discovered that this image was a promotion for a video game called Resistance 3. Oh,
I love that they put the trail camera logo in the corner.
yeah. Wild Game Innovations.
and they tried getting the date. So this one got proven though.
Yeah.
That is so That's cool.
It's never been admitted by the company, but there's a in the game.
Video game.
These creatures are in the game, and when you search up Resistance 3 trail cam, this image comes up.
Gotcha.
And so
Nice.
many people have figured out
Is it
cool.
did they figure out that's this posture, a posture that they use in the graphics of the video game?
yeah.
Yeah.
Now
Like
the
exact
thing
same
is
look.
though is that going on the Skinwalker thing. Have you guys heard of Skinwalker Ranch?
Yeah.
I've heard of
that?
I've heard of this stuff.
Okay,
Yes.
so it's basically that there's these mythical creatures that are shapeshifters. I think is what they are.
I think I saw a
And
TikTok.
Yeah, you can
account
kill them
about
with
it.
silver bullets.
yeah. It's like a werewolf or vampire kind of situation. But in is it in Nevada? Where is Skinwalker Ranch?
I think
Do you
that's
know?
right.
Yeah.
I think it's in Nevada. There's this ranch that
Does
has
a
had
couple live there?
disappearances. There's been a
No.
lot of people that have lived there.
Gotcha.
But it's like the Bermuda Triangle of the United States is what people claim it to be, is that they don't know if it's aliens, they don't know if it's
Area 51.
supernatural, but it's some weird stuff
Nice.
that goes on in this place. And there was one story of a wolf, and it's the owner of the house at the time that this happened saw this wolf that came up and started attacking a cow or a deer or something, and then it approached the house and then went away. He started to back off and then attacked one of the owner's animals. I don't know if it was
Normal?
a dog, cat, or whatever.
Okay.
So he got out a shotgun, shot the deer, or shot the wolf.
Yeah. Okay.
And there was a chunk of flesh that came off, and he picked it up and took it to be analyzed. And it
For
was
what?
to figure out what it was and how to
wolf.
stop it.
I
Right?
thought he said it was a wolf.
They said it looked like a wolf.
Oh.
They then
Did it talk like
took
a
it to
wolf?
go get analyzed, and the
Did it walk like a
meat
wolf?
was dated to be several thousand years old.
Nice.
And just according to carbon dating or whatever, however they analyze that kind of
It's
stuff.
the lone
I don't think
wolf.
that works.
It's called the animal that they claim it to be is what's called a dire wolf, and
Oh,
this all
okay.
happened.
I've
It's,
heard
it's
of
like
those.
a
Yeah, that's
prehistoric.
from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what they're claiming it to be. But this all happened on Skinwalker Ranch, and so whenever all of this happened, this
And
trail
that's
cam
how
photo,
Game of Thrones came about.
How can you carbon date something that is literally
Fresh meat.
Which is why they use.
That is
that's
above
why
my
they
pay grade.
use.
I
Why
have
would you
no
need to
idea.
date it?
They use White Walkers on Game of Thrones because they couldn't use Skin Walkers.
from the
They're like,
video game issues?
White Walkers,
Gotcha.
dire wolf. Okay, last one.
that is the last
That
one.
is the last one.